Save loads of embers up. Look how much easier this is. Not really having to concentrate now. Really. Damage is still crazy good. And my survivability has gone up massively now. So. I think it might need more of a nerf, I'll be honest. Oh, I might be dead there. Holy crap. So I've put a bit more health in. And I've took the damage ring off, because it was just making me too weak. I was taking 20% more damage as well, with that ring. And because I haven't really got much crit chance, it's probably better for me to play a bit safer. The damage is good anyway, it's really good burst damage, but... You could do... If you had 80% crit chance, you could go full send damage and do insane damage, but have like no health. You could just... And then the boss, you could melt him and do a no-hit run quite easily, because the movement is really good. I think this would be better with bleed, possibly. I don't know. I might try bleed as well, but you'd lose a bit more damage. But again, you'd have the healing for the boss. Again, it's probably about the same for the boss, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it's still going to die in 2 hits regardless, so the boss is about the same. So it's probably worse for the boss, but I should get to the boss more often. Yeah, look at that damage, it's crazy. That doesn't count as a kill. Ah, damn it. It's bad. No. I just got very unlucky with the gear on this because, I mean, I've been trying to do a pure DPS version of this, which it is a DPS anyway. I mean, the damage is crazy really for what you can do within a few hits. You know, 3 basic attacks you can do like 1.8k damage, which is insane really. But if you do this build and you can get to 80% crit chance, you could do a different setup by dropping health down to about 240, running the damage ring as well, instead of maybe the speed ring. Because you don't necessarily fully utilise the speed ring with this. What you want to do is, the main attacks are this, the dodge into stab, and then the 1, 2, 3, which is this. That's the only attacks you ever want to be doing, really. Like, you could do the extra attack, which is that, for when you're low on stamina. But in general, you don't want to do it. The reason you don't want to do it is because you're locked in place. Look how quick I can dodge after that compared to this. If I do... Hang on. I'm locked in position for a long time. So on bosses, that's not good. On ads, if you get locked in, not good. But if you're able to burst a boss because they're in an animation or they're staggered, that's fine. But yeah, you don't want to do it too much. So yeah, the idea is you dash, avoid the follow-up, and then go in 1, 2, 3, dash, 1, 2, 3. You got to learn the timing based on your speed. That's what you want to be doing. So it's important to remember, because what that means is you're not really ever fully spamming your abilities. You're never really spamming. Because if you do that, you will mess up and end up locking in position. So that means it's hard to utilise a speed ring. So sometimes it's actually better not to run it. But I've done it just because I can dodge a bit quicker, and then on bosses I can burst down a bit quicker. But the damage ring, which is this one, is what I was running before, but you do take a lot of extra damage. And I was really struggling to do a no echo run because I was just dying to ads, not the boss. It was the ads, really. So you could run this if you get a lot more crit chance. Now if I show you, I've got 10% here, which is pretty good. I've got 7 here when I upgrade this. 7 here, 5, 5, so I got really unlucky. But if you can get like 10 in everything, which is possible, because you could get like a 15 here, maybe a 7, 10, you know, a 7 and a 12 or something, you get to like 75% plus, then you got way more consistent damage. So yeah, I'm not using focus, it's all full focus here. So it's a stamina version. I could have done the same as the one before, so you can still do that same assassin build that I did before with the fatality stuff. Same as the Thor setup I just uploaded, where you get fatality on kill and then the blue cost reduction in the helmet. But I didn't want to do that this time because I do think this is more viable for full release if they nerf all the focus stuff. So pure stamina, which means with the weapon you want the blue to give you a better chance of getting the, you know, exalts where you want them, which is crit chance. Then blue here again, same as the yeah, any physical build really. You want 3 of each. So armor pen, crit chance, physical damage, and then in the chest you want the resist here to go with this ring, if you can do it. But I put this in for that reason. But again, it's still good to have to give you a bit of survivability. It is very strong, but I think I'm okay using it because it has been nerfed. I do think it might need more of a nerf still. Health on kill is your only source of healing, and it's plenty. And then here I've gone stamina recovery, which you might not need with this setup, to be honest with you. I've got stamina regen in these two. That should be enough. The reason I did the stamina recovery is because if you're going to drop this ring, maybe to put this one in instead, you need a bit of recovery. I'm at 60 recovery, but you don't necessarily need that. But if you want a safer version, which is consistent, this is a good way to build it. Again, yeah, you could put this ring in for one of these two. That's fine. If you're going to do that, definitely get the resistance here. And yeah, just try and get crit chance as high as you can. Now one thing you could do is run a blue here, and run a blue here. So don't run the damage resist, don't run the stamina recovery stuff, to give you more chance of getting crit chance. Could do that. Maybe as a start version that's a good idea. But I do think recovery is pretty nice. And so is resistance. And then yeah, you're running full focus, so the negatives don't matter here. Stats wise, 280 health is pretty good. 80 plus stamina. And then get into the fast range. So it's not too complicated, but yeah. The way you build it depends on your crit chance. I'm on 10 plus 24. Sorry, 10 plus 14, 24. Then here would be 10%. Here would be 10%, so that's 44. And then 7. So 14. So 58% crit chance. Maybe 59 if you include the decimals off these. But yeah, 59% crit chance. The problem with that is, if I go in to attack this guy, and I do 2 hits, but he's loading up an attack, and I don't crit on one of those attacks, he can hit me and kill me, probably, or put me in a big negative position health-wise when I'm running this ring, because of the boost on the health taken, and the lower health if you do that. So that's why crit chance is really important, because if you've got 80% crit chance and you go in and do 1, 2, you've got a really good chance those are going to crit at least once and you're going to kill them. So you can go in, pick somebody off, get out. So, obviously don't do what I just did, that was a big mistake. Go in, get out like that. Don't do the, don't do that, it won't work very well for you. So, that's the idea with this is, you know, you wait, if there's a group, you do not want to be in there like the Shadow Fist build, you can just dash around, teleport in between them, keep dashing around, stay in there. That's not what this is. This is, get in, do your damage, get out again. So, hang on. Get out. Pick somebody else, get in, get out again. Obviously you get the stamina on hits, so it'd be a lot better than that, but yeah, bosses you see on the boss, I don't really overcommit too much. I go in, do a few hits, try and get my main combo, which is dash in, 1, 2, 3, and then get out. I try not to get too greedy, and I realised that after many runs, anybody who's seen me on stream, I did a lot of runs with the damage version, it wasn't working. Because I didn't have the right crit chance and I wasn't playing it properly, but when I changed the setup to a bit more health, a bit more tankiness by taking this ring out, I did it first time on the boss. That was the first run with this setup. With the extra health without this ring. And I did it first time. So survivability, this is the patch of adding survivability, not damage. The only way it's worth doing the damage is, there's like a grey area really. Like I was in the grey area where my damage was good, but it wasn't enough to just run pure damage. Mages are so far up that, you know, you don't need survivability with mages really. But with this, I wasn't getting enough damage with the lack of crit chance to just go fully into damage, so I had to go survivability and it worked. So I hope that makes sense what I just said. If not, maybe go back watch some of my older videos where I go into more detail into the assassin builds and how to play them. But yeah, this one is it's very fun if you like that kind of risk reward where you have to play the mechanics, but you still do crazy damage. Like the damage on these basic attacks, that can do, you know, 1, 2, 3. If they all crit, that's 2k damage, which is mad, really. Now, if you do a DPS version of this, with this ring, full send into damage, you could do about 2.6, 2.7k damage by going... I mean, if you do this as well, you'll do like 3.5k damage to 4k by going... Hang on, not that, sorry. By doing this on the Echo Knight. So you dash in, and get out. And then that's all you need to do, is just wait for him to commit to a move, go in, get out. Wait for him to commit to a move, get out. And I hope the way that I played that just gives you an idea. So it's very different to, you know, playing a gauntlet. You'll realise that when you play it, but it's very fun. And yeah, I will possibly update this and do a DPS version. This obviously is DPS, but I mean an ultra DPS version. 220 health, like full send damage, 45 plus in these two maybe. Run this ring, 20% resist, which is fine. And then get 80% crit chance. I might do another one in a few weeks, we'll see. But yeah, hope that helps.